Hey guys, this is Chase, APPA Insurance. I wanted to go over something with you today. I wanted to show you a new house that we just insured. It's a new construction, and kind of go over what kind of coverage we got for that house and how much that's going to cost, and kind of go over those coverages. So this house right here, you should see it right there. It's a new construction. It's about 1,700 square feet. It's a nice house. We put that into our cost estimators in our insurance carriers, and the carrier we ended up writing this policy through came out with $389,000 as the cost to rebuild. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's only 1,700 square feet. There's no way that you should have that much coverage on that house, but or that's if you had to completely rebuild the house, had to have the debris removed and pay somebody to completely rebuild it. And that's just what this company came in at on the coverage. The coverage A doesn't always mean that that's how much that house cost. There's a difference between the cost of that you bought the house at, the value of the house, and then the actual coverage on the house. So the coverage is something that is not, it's what we have to put on that house based off the characteristics of the house and based off of what the coverage the insurance company tells us we need to carry on that house. So $389,000 is what we have on this particular house. The next coverage usually, actually the next 2 or 3 coverages have to usually work off of coverage A. So that's usually a percentage of what coverage A is. So the next one down is what's considered other structures coverage. So that's anything basically not on the outside of the house, not really attached to the house, whether it's a detached garage, whether it's a storage shed. It could be a bunch of different things, but if it's not attached to the house, that's typically what the other structures coverage is going to cover. And so for this one, it came in at $38,900. So that is 10% of what coverage A was, and that's typically what other structures is set at whenever you do a quote and have a policy, but it can be adjusted. If you have a large garage or several buildings, or whatever it is, let's just say that you've got more than that 10%, you can easily move that to 20, 30, 40%, whatever it needs to be. You just have to have that conversation with your agent to make sure you've got enough coverage on those other structures. The next coverage is set at $272,300. So that is 70% of what coverage A is. That is your personal property coverage. That's anything inside the house. If you were to turn it upside down, and if it would fall out. So basically, that's the easiest way to think about it. But that does not include like your vehicles. That's your auto policies covers those. So anything inside the house, that's what that's going to cover. So 70% is what this policy was issued at, and that can be 50%. It can be 75. It can be 80. It can be 100. It's pretty customizable as well, but typically 50 and 70 are the two more common percentages against coverage A. The next coverage right there is what you would call the loss of use coverage, $77,800, and that is 20% of coverage A. So loss of use is what it sounds like. If you lost the use of your home due to a claim, let's say you had a fire and the house burned down, or let's say you had a partial fire where you couldn't live in it until it was repaired. The loss of use would pay for you to live somewhere while your house was being repaired or replaced. So, but that is typically about 20%, maybe 30%. Those are about the two coverages that's set at. And $300,000, that's your liability coverage. That's if somebody gets on your property, gets hurt, or tries to sue you, that's going to help cover you for those kinds of losses. So, with all these coverages on this new house, the grand total that we came in at was $715 on the year. I'm writing backwards, I'm left-handed, so that's why that 7 doesn't look so great. But $715 on the year is what this policy cost this customer. So I hope that helps you guys out if you're looking to buy a new home, if you are maybe looking at your home insurance and you're trying to figure out what your coverages mean. Please always feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to help you, look at your coverages, get you a quote, whatever that may be. But this is what a typical coverages might look like. And just keep in mind that location, credit scores, all that stuff. There's a lot of variables that go into the price. But having a newer home with a newer roof helps out tremendously on that price. So talk to you guys later.